Good Thursday. Oh, Wednesday. Excuse me. Good Wednesday afternoon. As always, my name is Casey Alpern, and I'm thrilled to be joined by my friend, my colleague, my co-host, Ryan Bornman. Ryan, how the hell are we?
We're good, Casey. How are you?
We are good. Can't complain. Excited to talk some hoops, some golf. Maybe catch a winner for the first time in what feels like years. But can't complain. It's starting to warm
Did you
up
have
a
any
little
heart?
bit.
Did
What?
you have any heartbreak? Did you have any heartbreak this week, or was it just you got to enjoy your Sunday actually?
We will get to that. Of course, I did, obviously. Um,
Oh boy.
for some reason, the show is not going live on YouTube, which I don't know why the hell that's not working. Which that's always good. But yeah, so some technical difficulties in the background here.
Man,
I'm trying to deal with, and I don't know what the hell is going on, but just seemingly not working. But yeah, some heartbreak, obviously, in Pebble Beach. I had I had a couple live guys. After 36 holes, it was looking nice, right? I had Rio, who
mhm.
touched on. Finally got YouTube to get up and running. Sorry about that.
No, you're
After
good.
36 holes, it was looking nice, and look, you got to play 72 in golf. This is not live of yesteryear where you used to play 54. Um, but it didn't end well this weekend. But at the end of Friday, things were looking decent, right? I had Rio, I had Jacob Bridgman, I had Ricky Fowler. All were circling the waters near the top of the leaderboard. I think Fowler and Rio were actually 1 and 2, or T1 and T2, something like that. Those two kind of went by the wayside Saturday when the conditions got worse. Sunday, Jacob Bridgman, who I had 125 to 1 and 98 to 1, and top five, he was leading with 6 holes to play after hole 11. He was the outright favorite, and didn't work out that way. And if you didn't see what he did on hole 18, that also was a very costly hole for me. All he had to do was kind of make par or even score, and I probably cashed my top five ticket bet, and that probably covers all of my losses for the week. Jacob Bridgman hits a beautiful drive, 320 yards down the center of the fairway. All he has to do is pretty much put it on, or put it close. What does he do? Jacob Bridgman comes as close as humanly possible, putting his ball into the Pacific Ocean. He goes, I think, 80 yards past the green onto the beach. I'm shocked a wave didn't somehow like wash away his ball. He found his ball. He decided to hit from there, which was a foolish decision instead of just kind of taking the drop and going out where the ball kind of crossed. And his next shot, which was his third, all he had to do is pretty much get up and down for par. Jacob Bridgman hits the side of a rock and then goes into the water. And then he makes an all world six, and I lose more money. Yeah, some not really heartbreak, but just a tough loss. What else is new? But we're ready to get back on the horse. It's Wednesday. We're ready to find the winner, hopefully. But look, I'm not going to lie to you. It's been tough sledding the first few golf events of the year. And it's been a consistent theme dating back to kind of last summer, which we've covered extensively. I've had some really grueling golf losses, and I feel like I'm really due to break through, but the golf gods have other plans for the time being. So,
As I say, famous last words. You're due to break through. We'll see how that goes.
right. But like, I feel like the process has been pretty good. Like, like the
Fair.
betting process. That, like, I'll say that. Like, obviously, the results have not shown. Like, I understand it's easy. It's easier said than done. But look, I'm getting good numbers. Right. At some point, variance will, you know, come back to the mean a little in my favor. I would think. Right. But we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we will. Hopefully today we can find a couple for us to be live on Sunday. I think I was in with you on Ryu, and then I had Siwoo Kim, and I think I had a couple other like group parlays that just ended up not ended didn't I think I got no wins this past weekend. So I'd like to cash on something.
It's sickening. I was staring at the Colin Morikawa number. I was like, like 65-1 for a guy of like his stature. I know he's been really bad the past pretty much year, but I just like couldn't pull the trigger. I was like, he's such a whiny little brat, and it's like, and what does he do? He goes and wins the tournament. Although he probably shouldn't have won because his iron off the tee on hole 17 on Sunday miraculously stayed in bounds and didn't bounce out. So he got very lucky there. But whatever. We're on to the Genesis Invitational. Any other good winners from the weekend or no outside of golf?
No, nothing good for me. I mean, with the NBA All-Star game, I didn't really have much action on that. But the All-Star game itself actually was better than it's been in past years. I think they got a lot of viewers. I actually tuned in for the All-Star game portion of it. I didn't watch the three-point contest or the dunk contest. We talked last week about how the dunk contest kind of just needs to go. Dame Lillard won the three-point contest despite not even having played a single basketball game this year. And I don't even know if he plans to play a single basketball game this year. So that's just a whole nother thing. But the All-Star game, I think on Sunday was better. The young stars ended up beating the old vets in the championship game. I think it was exciting. The guys seem to have cared a lot more than they've cared in the past years. They were playing defense and scoring. So it seemed like they found a way to make that matter a little bit more. And it did impact the viewership numbers Sunday night. So that's at least good news in that regard. But besides that, no bigger good winners for me over the weekend. Nothing crazy to report. Unfortunately, I wish.
Yeah, it would be nice to come on this stream one of these days and report that we caught a big one. But we'll try. We'll keep throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks. Unfortunately, nothing has recently. But
I mean, we were live on Ryu for a little while, and that was a big, 150-1 long shot.
Obviously, you're a little new to the golf betting. You texted me Thursday about Rio. I was honestly laughing. I was like, Ryan, there's so much golf left, like so much.
Yeah, of course.
I know. It's just
it's always a good sign though when you have like a guy that's so much of a long shot who's at least playing well to start. Like if he's just like even through the first day, you're kind of like now I know I have absolutely no shot. Whereas at least I'm like, okay, he was I think he was the first round leader and he had to play fantastic golf for 3 more days. But at the very least, I was like, I might have something to potentially sweat. Whereas if he was just like -1 or +1, after the first day, kind of like, all right, well, that was a fun little conversation we had, but it never actually was going to come to fruition. Granted, it still didn't come to fruition, but we were potentially live for like a day or two there where he was in the mix. So I can't.
We were very live for honestly. I'm doing 45 holes. Like we were really live, like very live, like well into the day on Saturday. It's just kind of the conditions got a lot worse, and his game also did. That he didn't have a great back nine, if I recall. I'm going to quickly just look on Saturday when kind of Akshay started to pull ahead, and then he obviously had a bad Sunday. But when the conditions got worse, Rio started to kind of falter a bit. Yeah, he shot a 7. Like he went 62, 67, 74, 67. Like that Saturday was like bad.
Yeah, crushed him.
Really, really bad. And in the back nine, he went 3 over, right? If he just kind of held steady, do you know what he would have finished at? If he just kind of went even on that back nine?
What do you finish at?
Second place. 1 off the lead.
I would have cashed some of your bets. You had them in
each way bet.
Yeah. You had him in the each way bets. I didn't get in on that, so that would have been big for you. But I just had him straight out right. But even if he was live through Sunday at that number, I mean, I could have looked at potentially. I guess the hedge might not have been on the table, but I could have looked at doing something.
I will say I forgot. I did catch one winner this weekend, but it didn't even put a dent into my losses. Scotty Scheffler, they were hanging top 10, 2-1 Sunday morning. And like you just knew, like you watched him Friday and Saturday, he'd look way better than he did on Thursday. And that was a gift. That was a full unit play. I mean, thank God I took that because it would have been an even uglier Sunday. It was still disgusting. But yeah. before we get into the Genesis, we actually have a question. Any puck picks in the Olympics? We have a big quarterfinal match coming up at, I believe, 3 o'clock between USA and Sweden. I kind of like Sweden plus 1.5. I know where. Look, I'm an upstanding patriot. I love this country, but I bet the number, not the team.
Let me take a peek. I haven't even looked at the Olympics. I know they've got a FanDuel boost for the Olympic Games, Winter Games today. So I mean, you could do something. You could maybe lock in some profit here if you want to as well. Just taking both sides on like DK or FanDuel. Let's see, men's hockey, 330.
Canada's in a bit of trouble right now. It's 2-2 against the Czechs at the end of the second period. I have it on.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Yeah, I'm looking at that on DraftKings right now live as well. I don't know, Casey. I feel like I couldn't go against go against the states here. So
Look, I'm not rooting for USA to lose. I'll tell you that much. I mean, the fact that I was just called a communist on my own show is deplorable. Like, we should.
the only thing I might pull trigger on under 6.5 in the matchup. That would be that if we want to get something in there, I would look at taking that potentially here.
Under.
I don't know what the best number is.
I probably won't bet it. Let me be honest here, but maybe I would lean Sweden. We'll see. But I'm America.
For our viewers, I'm gonna go in on under 6.5 in that matchup, minus 118 on DraftKings. If you see it better somewhere, let me know. But that's where I'm seeing best right now. I'm seeing minus 130 across the board other places. So I'll get in on that. I'm not gonna be a communist like Casey. I'll probably end up taking the states too, but we'll just stick with the under for now.
I'm no communist, I'll tell you that. I'm not betting on it. You know, go USA.
There's a boost on FanDuel too, so make sure you utilize that if you've got the option.
I actually have a big boost on Fanatics, but I don't know what to use it on, considering like I would have to probably parlay a bunch of legs, and I'm not going to sit here and start devigging Olympic props. But I have, where the hell is the boost? A $200 max on hockey SGPs with a 25% boost. So, or 33% boost. I'm sorry. So if anyone's got something good, come see me and tell me what to take.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That said, let's talk a little golf. It's a big weekend, honestly, in golf. It's the Genesis Invitational, and it returns to the beautiful, historic Riviera Country Club in Los Angeles, California. I just lost my train of thought, but yeah, it's the Genesis Invitational returns to Riviera Country Club, which is historic. It is beautiful. It is in LA. It unfortunately was not at Riv last season due to the wildfire, so it was moved to Torrey Pines. So it returns to this historic course, and it is a par 71. It is the type of course that really can give most golfers like a lot of trouble. Like, you're not gonna kind of go 10 under here every day. This is one of the hardest courses in America. The first, funny enough, is the first hole is the easiest par 5 on the PGA Tour, which is pretty funny. And then it just gets way harder from there. But I'm excited for this. I probably won't be able to tune in as I'll be out of the country all weekend, but you need to be a big-time player for this type of event. It's another signature event. It's, I believe, 72 people compared to 80 last year. But you need to be able to obviously have a really good approach game, especially from 150 yards plus, as a lot of these holes are a bit longer. There's actually a 274-yard par 3 on the course. So good luck with that. I would probably make a 5.
Yeah, I'd be so mad if I saw that.
I would tee off with the driver there. Like I wouldn't even come close to reaching it. But yeah, like, you need to be one of the elite golfers, honestly, to probably have a chance here. That said, the odds for this event are actually awful because there are so little people in the field, and Scotty is just an overwhelming favorite. And it seems like the golf pricing to start the year hasn't been very good at many places. But we're going to try and identify some winners, right? We want people that are good drivers of the golf ball, that are good ball strikers from 150 plus yards out, that are good on POA greens, which is the type of greens at Riviera, which are the type of greens you saw last week at Pebble, at the Farmers 3 weeks ago. You basically need to be an all-around great golfer, right? This course can give anyone fits. There's a reason why the likes of Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy have never won here before. This is as tough of a course like you're going to find. It's up there with Central Major course, right? Like it's up there with Augusta. It's a historic track, and it's a beautiful one. It's great, makes for great TV watching. But we'll try and identify some winners. I will say the numbers, again, are just really, really bad. But to start, I do have a boost on Fanatics for a first-round leader bet. And
I've got one on DraftKings too. So sorry not to cut you off. I got one on DraftKings as well, so we can look through this together.
Beautiful. Okay, let me pull up Data Golf, obviously, and we'll go through that first before we kind of get into some outrights. I took Jake Knapp with my boost. It was a 25% boost. I got Jake Knapp from – he was 35-1 on Fanatics earlier, so I got him to 43.5-1 first-round leader. He's also out early tomorrow, which I think could be beneficial. The course should be a bit softer and play a little bit easier due to the weather in Los Angeles on Monday and yesterday. It's been rainy. It's been some slop. And I think it's supposed to get not horrible tomorrow afternoon in LA, but not great. Like I think that it might favor the morning crowd. I got to do an updated look at the radar. But I did take Jake Knapp. I'm a slave to the Data Golf numbers here. I got a nice plus EV bet on first round leader, and that's where I put my boost. So got him boosted up to 43.5 to be the first round leader.
Maybe I'll cop in on you too. I was just checking out the numbers, the odds in general, where there's any discrepancies, and I was seeing that Rory actually is a potentially a decent option.
What's your boost?
Tommy Fleetwood. And then the other guy I was looking at was Morikawa, actually, before I came across Knapp. So those are the four guys that I was looking at. So I wanted to parlay this into what your Data Golf stuff is telling me, and then make a selection from there. So it looks like Jake Knapp is still potentially the best option. I could get him boosted all the way up to 42-1. So that's not a bad spot for me.
You have a 10% boost, right?
No, it's actually plus 400 odds surge.
Oh.
So you just get plus 400 added directly onto your first round leader bet.
I would say him or Kurt Kitayama, or look, Rory probably gets slightly plus EV too. Let me see when they're teeing off tomorrow, actually, as well. Jake Knapp.
What's up?
Jake Knapp is the second group. Oh, so is Kurt Kitayama. Actually.
Kurt, you actually can get. I have access to Hard Rock, and you actually can get him for plus 6,000 right now on Hard Rock, which would be the same that I could get on DraftKings with the boost. So I'll probably just
down on that a whopping $5-10.
I only get $10 down, so but I'll take it. I'll take it. I was gonna caveat it with I can get a little bit more down on DraftKings than I can on what's it called, Hard Rock, but I'm gonna take what I can get here. Let's see.
I actually happen to really like the Hard Rock app, which is pretty crazy. Even though I'm like limited a lot, they do have some good numbers sometimes, and it's pretty wild that I bet into a few good numbers and haven't really won a lot there, and I'm still limited. But that's a story for another day.
The only thing I appreciate about Hard Rock is that I can get $10 down on just about anything, which obviously is not a lot of money. But if you go to the likes of like the Bet365 and the Bet Rivers, for me, like we're talking 25 cents maximum. So not that it's a lot, but I still can get $10 on some of these high plus odds situations where it still makes it like worthwhile. You know, it's 10 to win 600. I'd like to get a little bit more down, but I'm not going to complain about, 10 to win 600. Whereas, Bet Rivers is going to give me 25 cents to win $11. Right. So That's the only that's my compliment there. I do like the interface and their colors as well.
Yeah, I do like their colors. I'm also my favorite color is purple, so I'm probably biased there.
Hmm.
I think there's also something to be said about it's kind of nice that you know exactly how much you could get down as soon as you put it into your bet slip. Whereas at some of the other books, you have to submit your bet, you go to the trader, and just flat out gets rejected or reduced to, as you said, a quarter, even like 50 cents, a dollar, right? Like I want to know right then and there exactly how much I could get down at any market at any point in time. So
Hmm.
at least they do that. They give you that courtesy to be upfront and transparent about how they limit you and really screw you. But whatever.
Yeah, I like it. I got in on Jake Knapp too, by the way. So I went ahead and took Kurt on Hard Rock, and then I used my boost on Jake Knapp here.
I'm going to join you then on Kurt Kitayama on DraftKings. I believe I have the same surge, right?
Yeah, you should have the same surge. It'll get you to the plus 6,000 number that um Hard Rock's offering. But that's why I was just like, you know what, I can get 10 to win 600. I'll potentially give me a little sweat tomorrow if we're doing well.
I will look. It's gonna be an expensive weekend for your boys, so I would love a nice winner. I'll tell you that much. All right, I'm in on the surge. I'm officially adding Kurt Kitayama first round leader to my card. Kitayama. Okay, and we are in. Right then and there. We're see? We're writing tickets live here. Oh,
Beautiful. We got to write another one too. I always, same one we talked about last week. I always got my top 10 finish you could use for top 5, top 10, top 20, and I still have yet to win one in the last little while. You're
I
in.
got my max bet of $20 and my boost. I'm on Kurt Kitayama FRL and Jake Knapp FRL. That's what me and Ryan are riding. Both positive EV plays. Let's try
The
and
data
catch a
golf
winner.
model. Yep.
Yeah, per the data golf model. So we're gonna try and catch a winner here with either one of them, Knapp or Kitayama, and they're the second group out tomorrow morning. So you'll know by mid afternoon where you stand probably.
Yeah, no, that's good. Get a nice little get it out of the way in the morning there. We'll see how we're doing. We'll either be happy by lunchtime or not. I'm getting on a plane tomorrow afternoon as well. So hopefully by the time I get on the plane, I'll have a good indication here if I potentially get some nice profit out of this.
And you know what? You know what's actually maybe good about this is I won't be able to re-add to any FRL positions or any outright position. I will not be in a jurisdiction with legal online sports betting. So
Yeah, there you go.
it's all pre-flop this week. There's no ability for me to get in live, so I can't get that Scotty top 10 on Sunday if he's kind of lurking. But yeah, we're gonna have to find the winner pre-flop. So it's going to be one of these first round leaders, or it's going to be an outright that we maybe find right now, or a top 5, top 10, something like that. But that's it. Our official FRL picks are Kurt Kitayama and Jake Knapp. Do I recommend you ride with us? Probably not, considering our recent form, but they are positive EV plays per the data golf model. So if you're into that type of thing and you believe luck is going to come back our way, or skill, whatever you want to call it, join us. But don't bet
These
more.
are always long shot plays.
Yeah, they're fun.
They're always long shot plays. They're fun long shot plays. That is what it is.
I gotta say, the model
Unexpected.
doesn't really like anyone at the current prices. Sure, you can maybe Garrett Kigo is 0.09 EV, but the lefty South African, who is a stud, but he hasn't been great to start the season. Caught T60 last week in an 80-person field. So if you want to bet him outright, be my guest. Do it at Caesars. That's your best number. You're getting a little positive EV. But let's maybe build a model. How about that? Let's go to the rabbit hole and see what we come up with. I got to share my screen. That would work. That would help.
Let's see.
You see my screen? All right.
Yep.
All right. So what we want to do here. Oh, wait. I just made it. a lot harder for everyone to see. So we got Genesis Invitational field course type, all courses. Basically, we want to view. What do we think? Last 2 years of data we'll use.
Yeah, I guess we can go 2 years here.
I would usually say like 12 to 18 months, but since they didn't play here last year, so I kind of want to just capture that, like the last time they did play here. Load some comp courses. Okay, those are all loaded. I don't wait. Why is this? Hold on. Okay, loaded that. It's gonna be pretty soft, I believe. There's a lot you could do here. It's great.
Yeah, that looks cool.
So pick
This
the
is that
green.
rabbit hole tool you were talking about last week from BetSperts.
This is the rabbit hole by BetSperts. You could literally go down a rabbit hole building your models and just like kind of figuring out who to bet on and just gain really good insights. It's Kikiu Rough. I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly.
This is sweet.
It's great. Whereas I thought there was wet grass condition. I don't know if there's gonna be preferred lies, but I think the temperatures won't be great. I'd do moderate if you really want to get some insight there. Oh, that's good. They haven't played on any of these. Hold on.
Nothing.
What the hell? Oh, wait. No, I'm doing something wrong here. Hold on. Something is wrong, and I don't know what.
Oh no. Quick technical difficulties on the stream again.
What the hell do I do? What happens if I do get rid of that? Okay. So if for some whatever reason it won't. Wait, when I do comp courses, interesting. Okay. We're gonna ignore the comp courses, but to get a sense of kind of all courses and people on POA greens and the type of rough that will be featured, here's kind of where you're looking at in terms of where they come out in the model. So Max Homa, who has won here, I believe, twice before, is obviously favored here. Cantlay, who I believe has also fared very well here before as well. I'm going to pull up a few things. Oh, wait, I got to share my window. That's why. Damn it.
Yeah, it's a pain when you do when you do that.
We need a full-time producer on this show.
That'd
No
be
one
nice,
else,
right?
give me a shout. Cantlay loves this course, but like he hasn't won since 2022. The Riviera Country Club. As you can see, T4 in 2024, third place in 2023, T33 in 2022, T15 in 2021, T17 in 2020, T15 2019, T4 2018. So he's only placed outside of the top 20 here once, and that was 4 years ago. So he likes this track. Fits his game.
Maybe I can get him in my top 20 here, Casey.
What is his odds? Top 20.
Minus 104 on
I don't hate
DraftKings.
it. I mean, like he's pretty consistent in that perspective. He always finds a way to like backdoor into top 10. So he also hasn't finished worse than actually, sorry, he got cut from the Farmers. T13 cut T14. So it's either cut or T20. So not a bad bet.
Maybe I'll build that in. I got to start building that one anyway for myself.
So what do you need? You need 3 for 10%.
3 for I think it's a higher boost than that. I think it's like 30%. Let me see right here.
You might be right.
20%.
20%. All right, let me bring it out. So top 10. So Cantlay. Wait.
I can do top 5, top 10, or top 20, whatever.
Oh, sorry, top 20. Right. That's what I'll do. Top 20. So we'll get Cantley in there. There's no one really that's good to the model, as you could see. I mean, Scotty, probably a near lock if you want to lay minus 700 in your parlay. Would you like to see what that looks like?
Yeah. Put it in there.
You do get plus 124 and you get one more. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I
Honestly.
got one more. We could get there.
I mean, take your pick.
Let me see who we got.
You want to see who the model likes? Anyone plus money?
Doesn't need to be crazy plus money. I think I just gotta get over plus 200.
Seems like Harris English might be decent here.
Yeah, that gets me over. That would put me at plus 393.
I will disclose that I am on him outright. I put a boost on him the other day, and I have him at 56.5 to 1. So he's the only guy I've bet so far.
Well, that's fine as long as he finishes top 20. If he has some heartbreak on your end, then that's fine with me.
Likely will. So what do you get this boosted to? From plus 393?
Just a plus 472, so nothing crazy, but a shot at a winner here.
All right, not a bad parlay. Cantley, Scheffler, English, top 20. What's your max? $20? 50?
100.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at
nice.
you. Look at you, Jersey boys, getting the nice promos from DraftKings, unlike us plebs here across the river in New York.
Hey, I'll take it. I locked it in.
Okay, you locked it in. Let's try and find a winner here. I'm not betting Max Homa. I just can't do it. He's just not been good. And watch these be like famous last words, and he goes on a twin. Like, start of the year, T27 cut T66 2 weeks ago at the Phoenix Open. Going back to last year, he was horrible, aside from like a few events, the John Deere. He was actually good in the Masters, surprisingly, finished top 20. But aside from that, like, it was a tough 2025 for Homa, who I absolutely love, but he just hasn't played great golf in a while. But he does love this damn course. Finished second here 3 years ago. I actually bet on him that week, and he lost to John Rahm. That was before I was really into golf betting. T10 4 years ago, won 5 years ago, T5 6 years ago. So he's 1 year. He's got a few top 5 finishes. I don't even know his odds this week, honestly.
They're high for him to win.
Let's see. 74 to 1 for Max Homa.
It seems like you can get him over 100 to 1 on like the profits or the no vigs of the world if you got access to them. Just crazy.
And if I go to like Connecticut, maybe. I don't even know if I can in Connecticut.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You know, you mean those venues that are awful for the consumer, according to some United States senators who have no idea what the hell they're actually talking about when it comes to this?
Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Right. But hey, don't worry. You could get 74 to 1 on Max Homa at your local sports book where the holds are astronomical and they're robbing you blind of what a true price should look like. Let's see. Let's see where the best price is. Jeez, Data Golf doesn't even like him. Hold on. Data Golf has his true odds at 203 to 1. 204 to 1 if you round up.
Well, then you're not getting a good price anywhere, seemingly.
No. You're not getting good price. I will say, though, you can't be a slave to the model. Just use it as a reference. But it looks like his best number is 75 to 1 at FanDuel Sportsbook. So if you're interested. I don't think I'll be betting.
Any other guys they like as a winners here? Ooh, let's see who we got.
One. I mean, they've Scotty at 450. I mean, the odds stink this week. I told you this the other day, and it's just like really
I know.
bad.
I know. You said it, and then it started popping up on my Twitter that people were saying the odds are just terrible right now too. So for this event,
I did take Harris English at 56.5 to 1, so I did get a good number. I did boost that.
Yeah, really good. You got a really good number there.
Yeah, it opened at 45 to 1, and I took it immediately. Put the boost on it, so I got 56.5 to 1 with 25% boost. Will Harris English win? Unlikely, but hey, hang the CLV banner, baby. Once again,
keep getting good numbers. Hopefully, you'll get one to fall. They are only couple percent bets here that you're relying on.
That is true. But hey, throw enough shit at the wall, something's gonna stick one of these days, right?
You're talking like 1 or 2% chances here, so yeah, it's kind of tough.
One of these days. I mean, the numbers, man, they're not good. Like I'm just like looking at it. It's a black box, this board. I'll tell you that much. I don't mind Hideki, but his numbers. He was 25 to 1 last night. He's now 20 to 1. My buddy has him to win 10K. So I don't know. I really don't have like full faith to pull the trigger on one of these guys at the moment. I'll tell you that much. And it's not out of fright. It's just out of these numbers are horrible.
Who has the worst numbers in the field? I'm just trying to look right now too. I'm always curious.
Brian Campbell, who is
they're calling him infinite number that there's not a number that you could take him at.
Wait, I'm still in the wait. DraftKings, that's no way. Is this right?
There's no way.
I'm not in the right market at the moment. Oh, okay. I scrolled too far. I was going to say there's no way that's the number. If you want to bet Brian Campbell, who somehow won 2 events last year and has a golf swing as slow as your grandpa, you could put a measly $50 down and possibly win close to 73K if you are trusting Brian Campbell to once again win on the PGA Tour when Data Golf is giving him infinite true odds. So
that's so funny.
An incredibly negative EV play if you're into that kind of thing. You can go and get it yourself. Just go to DraftKings.
Infinite true odds is hilarious.
And the win 14.5K. I will say, I did bet one other guy. I forgot to mention. I did take Pot Geeter, who can absolutely bomb the ball. So I did take him at 600 to 1. I got a great number. Hang the CLV banner, baby. That number is long gone. But he's not winning this tournament. Let me be abundantly clear here. He probably doesn't have the hands around the greens for this type of plays, but he's now down to 300 to 1. So keep getting good numbers, but nothing's falling.
Yeah. You get long shot bets. You're talking 1 to 2% probabilities of these things happening here. So it might take a little while, but when you hit that one, it's gonna be glorious.
I'll love it. Let's see what the experts think. Ron Close, great follow. PGA Splits 101 on Twitter. Highly recommend you follow him. Let's look at his model because I trust him way more than me. Obviously, Scotty's number 1, overwhelming favorite. He's 3 to 1 for good reason. Then Rory, Xander, Henley, Cantlay, Morikawa, Hideki, Tommy, Ludwig, Harris English round out the top 10. Ludwig was an interesting one. He's been really bad to start this year. He actually won this tournament last year, but it was at Torrey Pines. Let me obviously remind everyone.
Of course.
But he's been really bad to start the year. He was he was sick, I believe, the first tournament he played. He didn't play well. He withdrew. Oh, yeah, he withdrew, and then he was cut, and then finished top 40 last week in an 80-person field. He finished T37. But I believe he did play a lot better on Sunday, if I recall.
Maybe he's trending up.
Right? Yeah, he started out 75 round 1, 69, 66, 67. So he did play a much better weekend, right? He was 11 under par on the weekend. Not bad. Pretty formidable. If he just doesn't shoot a 75 on Thursday, you're probably looking at a top 20 finish from Mr. Oberg, excuse me. He is, let's see his best number.
41, 45. You can get him 45 plus 45 to 1 on Fanatics, 41 to 1 on DraftKings, looks like.
Yeah, it seems like 45 on Fanatics, which I saw earlier. Data Golf likes him at 89 to 1. I'll tell you what, you're not getting that anywhere.
Yeah, no, not a shot now.
Shane Lowry is an interesting one. If you could find a boost somewhere, he's 70 to 1 at DraftKings. What is he at? What is he at?
He's 55. He's 55 to 1 on FanDuel. So even just a straight comp, it's 60 to 1 next best on any other sports books. It looks like about 75 to 1, 80 to 1 on Profit Novig, but like 70 to 1 is not a bad number just compared to the market if you were to take him outright.
Oh boy, his number sucks on the book I'm looking at. Jesus Christ. Like even with a boost, I could get him to 75 to 1. No thanks. What is he on Rivers? Because I have a boost there. This is really good streaming. Just us looking at our phones.
Hey man, that's probably what some of the audience is doing anyway. So
you know what's crazy? I'm just looking at it. Canada and Czech are still tied 2-2 with a hair under 13 to go. 12:59 left. What do you think the live odds on Canada are? If you had to guess.
right. They're probably still like minus 270 or something. Or are they all the way down?
You think they're just minus 270? Tied 2-2 with under 13 minutes to go in the game.
They're more.
They are minus 25 to win.
Hey.
You could take Czech on the puck line +1 at +155. Obviously, that's probably assuming they're going to pull the goalie, right? If they do go down,
Yeah,
probably treading on thin ice, pun intended there. But yeah, pretty crazy pricing to be that overwhelming of a favorite, despite being tied with under 13 minutes to play.
it's crazy.
Really, really insane. Okay, what was I here to look at? Oh, right. Shane Lowry. Crazy how this mind works, huh?
Let's see.
I mean, I don't even see it. Oh my God. If you had to guess, what do you think Shane Lowry's odds are on Bet Rivers?
I don't know, 50 to 1?
45 to 1. Great guess. That is disgusting. Like, come on. What are we doing here at some of these books? What are we doing here? I mean,
I don't know, man.
I don't even know. Look, I'm going to try I have a 15% boost. I would like to use it right now. So let's try and just find something.
Get it going. Sorry. I didn't realize. I didn't realize that you had the 15% boost on Bet Rivers there.
No, I totally forgot about it. I mean, it's a max of $10, so.
Yeah, let's see if we can find a decent one on.
I'll tell you what, I'm definitely taking my boy Rio again. Just, it's a true field bet. He's been playing very good golf. I'll take him outright and each way 1 through 5 again. I'm going to do it until the wheels fall off. I don't care. I love the guy. He's going to win at some point. It probably won't be here, but I just have to keep betting it because if he does win and I'm not on it, I will absolutely cry. If I'm not,
yeah, you have to.
If I'm not part of Rio Hasatsune's first PGA Tour victory, that's just
something drastically right.
That keeps me up at night because I was on him from the get-go. Like I've been talking him up for almost a year now. So
it's been a while.
I have to keep riding him until the wheels fall off, or I guess until I'm broke. So
yeah, it's like me with the Bears.
Literally, exactly that. So I'll just earmark a 30 to 50 bucks every week to put on Rio outright and each way 1 through 5. Just add that to my card every single week. It's unset at this point. Just if you're watching this in future iterations, just know I'm on Rio until he wins outright and each way 1 through 5 places. Dude, they're like, even if I use these boosts, it's not getting me anything.
Aberg's not terrible. What does he boost to? He's +4. He's +4,000. FanDuel and DK have him 40 and
No.
40 and 41 to 1 as well. So you can boost it past that. It's not horrible.
I mean, I get him to
You're
50.
saying
Oh, sorry, it's a 25% boost. I thought it was 15%.
Morikawa's not bad either. If you go 25, he's 28 to 1 there. The next best is like 330 to 1. So like you could probably get him past that number if you want. You think you could go back to back? It's not horrible on.
Do I want to just take a better number than the rest of the market, or do I want to take something that has a little bit of an edge?
It's up to you. I don't know if you're gonna get something that has a little bit of an edge. That's sort of the problem. I don't know. I don't know if it's
Kitayama, I think could be. Hold on, but I don't know. He's definitely won big tournaments. He won at Bay Hill.
Oh, you could get him. Yeah. He's 80 to 1. And yeah. This you could maybe get something there.
So
It's not a bad spot.
he's 80 to 1. Where's Cootie? 60. He's 82 to 1. Oh, he's 60 to 1 here.
Cootie's
5 now.
Cootie's 60 to 1 on there, which he's like 67 to 1 on DK.
Spawn gets me to 82.5 to 1, which would be okay. All right, let's see what Kitayama gets me to. He gets me to 100 to 1. So
Oh, really?
I
That's
definitely
pretty
think I think there's a greater than 1% chance he wins the tournament.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And Data Golf happens to agree with me, so not a bad bet, I guess.
No, I would jump on that.
Okay, I'm gonna add Kurt Kitayama outright for $10 with this boost to my card.
I think I've got one. I think I've got a winner there. One of these two, Casey. I'm gonna join you.
There you go. Where's Tony Finau? I saw his number. Tony Finau's number opened at 240 to 1. It is now down to 80 to 1 at most books. I'm pretty sure I saw 75 to 1, 90 to 1, 100 to 1. That is ridiculous.
Sorry, I was looking down and putting in my Kurt Kitayama bet as well.
No, Tony Finau, who's been playing a little bit better golf recently. He also switched to a mallet putter, so he's been a lot better on the greens. He opened at 240 to 1, and he's now all the way down to 75, 80 to 1, 100 to 1. There's available at one book, but he got down heavily. I mean, look, he's missed 2 cuts this season in 4 events, but in those other 2 events, he has top 20 finishes, 11th and 18th. He's also played very well at Riviera Country Club. He has a T19 finish, T20, a T33, a second place solo finish, and T15, and another T2, but that was almost a decade ago. So he likes his course. He plays pretty well here, but if you did not get 240 to 1, please do not bet him at 75, 80 to 1. Please do not do that.
Yeah, stay away there.
Just crazy though. So how some of these odds move in a 72-hour span between market open on Monday morning and obviously by the time they tee off Thursday. Okay. I mean, that's going to do it for probably outright stock. I don't really love anything. I'm not going to jam something in there. I'm sure I'll take a lot more after this when I do some digging and get finished with work. But so to recap, Ryan and I are on Knapp and Kitayama first round leaders with our boost. It gets us to 42.5 to 1 and 60 to 1. And we put a small sprinkle on Kitayama to win to get him from 80 to 1 to 100 to 1 on Bet Rivers, through $10 on that. So little pizza money to win a lot. And we'll see what else that brings. Anything hoops on your card, on your radar? I know the season starts tomorrow. Restarts the second half of the season.
Yeah, starts back up tomorrow. Nothing specifically on my card yet. I was gonna start looking after the stream for tomorrow. Probably should have been looking earlier than that, but like I said, I'm gonna be away too, so just gonna try to get some bets in before the weekend because I'll be in Florida and all I've got is Hard Rock. So I haven't looked too deep into it strictly because I'm gonna be away and just not really too concerned with it. But I don't know. I think now is a good spot to like start looking at. I know I've seen some tweets and I've seen some people start looking into like the awards markets. Always good just to like browse.
Pull them up if you don't mind. because I
What?
can't see it. Can you pull them up just because I can't see them?
Let's see if I can. Hold on. Give me a second here.
I'm also so
Just
mad at
pull.
myself. I had a bonus bet earlier in the year on like an NBA future, and I was just looking at the Spurs. I was like, oh, Wemby, like at 55-1, I could get it boosted to like 70, and I just obviously didn't take it. I think I let it expire actually, and it's now 14-1.
Yeah, they're
Ugh.
playing. They're playing good.
They're four. What are they like 3-1 against the Thunder this season or something like that?
No, they are. Let me share my screen. Okay, should be up there. I don't know what it looks like across the board, but we've got the MVP market here. SGA obviously still the heavy favorite, but
He is that big of a.
Donovan Mitchell's been bet down. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's been bet down a ton.
What did he
There's a couple
start?
guys. I mean, what's up?
What was he at?
Like even 220 plus 25 plus like 500,000 or something outrageous. But there's a couple guys like you can see Cade's down. I think there's some stuff with these awards where the
Games played,
games
right?
played is starting to come into play. Yeah, SJ has to miss like 10 more games, or 10 or 11 more games, which is a lot of games, but he was sidelined before the break and he was getting reevaluated after the break. So, God forbid, if anything, if like we're going to hold him out, that shifts the market drastically. I think Jokic is, 4 or 5 more games. I think Cade's the one who actually has who doesn't have a games played issue. So him and Jaylen Brown might be two of the guys that you could potentially look at if you think that SGA might sit or Joker might sit. Luka, I think also has sat a ton of games. I think he's only got 3 or 4 left that he can burn. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell was one that was bet down a ton. I don't necessarily, why he's been one of the best player on the Cavs, in this time, and the Cavs have been very good. So I guess that's one of the thoughts there. But I'm not really sure exactly in that market, but this is what to start looking at. I'm sure a bunch of people have hit these markets in the last couple of days here with the games played. What's up?
I saw that on Twitter. That I think that's why Donovan obviously got steamed all the way down is due to the games played. The Czechs just scored, so they're up 3-2 with 6:50 to play. Yeah, we should have taken the +1 at +155. Morons we are. Moron I am. You're sharp. You're sharp. You're a smart guy. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I can't believe I mean, this would be a crazy upset.
That'd be insane, right?
Yeah, crazy. I don't know the last time Canada hasn't gone to a medal match. Let me Winter Olympic hockey history. Let's see. I mean that I don't mean to divert us, but I'm just okay. Where do I find this? All right, so Finland won in 2022. Canada didn't place in 20, but there was no NHL players. So when NHL players were allowed to play, the last time Canada didn't medal was 2006.
Jeez.
2006 was the last time Canada did not medal in a year in which NHL players were allowed to participate in the Olympics. That is crazy. So it's been 20 years. So if they lose to the Czechs today, which they are with 6 minutes remaining, it's going to be the first time in 20 years that Canadian NHL players did not medal.
I think they're steaming. It's now, officially. We could have just bet while we were talking on the stream there, where plus 600 or whatever it was, and now they're minus 210. They're officially moved to the favorite there.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I guess there's 6 minutes is
A lot of time for sure, but
if you're a Canadian, you got to be a little weary of this finish here. Before we go, I just want to say that some of the politicians trying to regulate prediction markets and really put their foot down on the throats of some of these companies are just out of touch with reality and have no idea what the hell they're absolutely talking about. I'm not saying all the prediction markets are good because I don't actually truly think they are, but I do think prediction markets, for the most part, especially ones that are trying to become sports-only prediction markets, a la ProfitX, NoVig, Sport Trade, and our pending CFTC approval Matchbook, the likes of those, I think those are very good for the consumer. And for politicians to cry that they're protecting Americans from getting ripped off by preventing prediction markets, get the hell out of here, because the quote unquote consumer protection model that sports books offer is just absolutely phony and ridiculous, because you are getting ripped off at every damn corner when you're betting on a sports book and how you're treated there. So, I mean, that is just pure bullshit, in my opinion. And I don't mean to curse, but that is the honest truth. I mean, you're betting into markets with incredibly high holds that are very uncompetitive, and the second you catch a winner, a big one, you will likely be limited and you won't be able to play there any further. I think that those sports prediction markets are very good for the consumer. And Ryan, we've long been pro-consumer on this show, and look, it allows for a much more fair, competitive landscape when it comes to kind of trading, whatever the hell you want to call it, betting on sports. That's just my 2 cents before we leave.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement. I don't have much else to add. Like you said, we've always been pro-consumer. You want to give your bettors an option to, get down what they want to get down and have a good experience while doing so, and being transparent about what liquidity and what is available to them. So the prediction market space does do that, at least from the sports perspective. And like we talked about, the Novigs, Profits, and Sport Trades of the world seem to be attempting to do it the right way for the consumer here.
Yeah. And I could assure you, these venues all have the proper surveillance systems in place to prevent kind of insider trading and match throwing and all that horrible stuff that comes along with it. Right? Like they have the same systems as sportsbook set up. I could assure you that. And I think that gets lost in the shuffle a lot. Like that, there really isn't good education on the matter. And look, a lot of these companies do it to themselves, the way they market, and it's like pretty crazy. And they're just making it harder for everyone else to succeed in this space. But we'll see what happens. This is probably going to go to the Supreme Courts, if I had to guess, and we'll see how it plays out there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Also, we didn't touch on this. Anthony Kim hunting down Bryson DeChambeau and John Rahm to win Live Adelaide is one of the greatest comeback stories in sports history. Seriously, that guy, his last win came at 24 years old. He was one of golf's biggest superstars in the late 2000s, early 2010s, like Ryder Cup legend for the United States. He just turned 40. That was his first win in 16 plus years. Injury and addiction basically stole away his prime. He basically gave up the game of golf forever. So for him to come back in 2024 from his own internal depths of hell and fight his demons every single day, right? Addiction is a serious battle. For him to come back in 2024, keep grinding and become a winner again, truly one of the greatest comeback stories in sports. It was awesome to watch, and just incredible resilience by him, and truly an inspiration to anyone out there battling their own demons. Look, every day is a gift. Make it 1% better than yesterday, and just just grind it out. And just an awesome story of resilience, and just an incredible comeback story. I just wanted to highlight before we go.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
He hunted down Bryson and John Rahm.
I know. It's insane.
Truly. And beat them by, I think, 3, which was
that's crazy.
Awesome stuff. But shout out to Anthony Kim, AK. Hopefully he gets a Masters invite, or at least one of the major invites this year. All right, that will do it for this week. We'll talk next week for the Cognizant, I guess, and whatever basketball's on.
we'll get something going. We'll
Yeah.
be on here chatting.
We always manage to. All right. Well, I hope you have a great weekend in Florida. Safe travels. Enjoy the
Yeah,
weather.
you enjoy. You enjoy your weekend as well. Your weather. You'll have nice weather too.
I hope so. I hope so. All right. And we'll hopefully catch a winner tomorrow. Jake Knapp, Kurt Kitayama, first round leader. And we'll see what happens. Until then,
Be nice.
we'll talk next week.
See you, everyone.